Hi everyone, David here from daviddumaiaudio.com, and in this video, I'll be creating a monster roar sound effect from scratch. So I'm actually going to show you guys everything from beginning to end. I'll be recording the sounds and designing it and everything plugin after plugin. I'll be showing everything in real time. The only thing I think I'm like leaving out is like the editing part but the only thing I did is like a bit of noise removal. So apart from that, you're going to see everything in this video from start to finish. So stick around to see that. But before we jump into the project, make sure to check the description. I'm going to have some free sound effects for you guys, including the sound I'll be creating in this session. So let's jump into the session. I'll show you guys what the sound is that we're going to be creating today. All right, so this is the sound effect that we're going to be creating. I'm going to play for you guys, and then we're going to go back in time, and then you guys can see the whole session and how I created the sound effect. So let's have a listen. All right, so that's the sound effect that we're going to create. So let's go back and start from scratch. All right, so for this sound effect, I use an exercise band, and I was just rubbing it on my staircase, and it was just creating this nice squeaky sound. That's what we're going to use as the base for our sound effect. All right, so welcome to our session here, and I'm just going to start off by dragging in the sound that I recorded, and here it is. And now I actually have nothing planned for this, so you're actually going to see me working in real time and seeing what I can create with this. All right, so let's have a listen to some parts that I might want to use. I think there was one over here somewhere that I liked. I think that has a cool sound. So I'm probably going to start with one or two little clips here, and that's probably going to be it. So that's nice too. Let's try another one. So I'm just going to mute these so that we don't hear them anymore. And I'm just going to focus on these three here and see what we can come up with. So I'm just going to layer these two together. And what I'm going to do is just see if they can interact well together. Maybe I'll try stretching this one a little bit. Let's play it together. That's pretty good. Going to stretch it out a little bit here, and let's have a smoother entry so it matches the first one a bit more. Let's try that again. There you go. So that's pretty good. And I'm just going to add some fades here. All right, so now that I have these two that have a similar shape and that just interact well with each other, what I'm going to do is just focus on one and go from there. So I'm going to save, I don't know if I'm going to use this one up here, so I'm just going to save it up here for now. And what I'm going to do to start is I like to work in layers and think of them as different frequencies. So I usually try to start off with the main body of the sound, the main core idea of the sound for my monster roars or my creature sounds. So that basically the main sound that is going to, the listener is going to hear and that's going to really stand out. So let's start with that. So first thing I normally like to do is pitch shift it and see what kind of results I can get. So that's okay. Let's keep on designing it a little bit and see what else I can add to it. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding the envelope to the mix knob of the distortion. So the distortion is going to follow the envelope of the sound here. So you can see the mix playing, like going up based on the sound wave of the file. Do a bit more here. That's okay. Let's try something else. Oh, I really like that. So that really gives it a vocal quality. I really like that, so I'm going to leave it like that. So I think I'm going to leave this layer like this for now. What I'm going to do now is just duplicate the track and work on this next layer. So I'm just going to mute that, and let's work on this new layer here. And I'm just going to turn this off, and I'm going to pitch it even lower. Let's try something else. Let's do this. I want more bassiness out of this one, so I'm just going to try a few things. It's too bassy. So let's cut out the subs and see if I can build up the mids here. And again, I'm going to use this pitch on this envelope follower on the mids here and see what that does. I'm going to put the attack higher, but that's going to change everything, so maybe not. You know what? So I think I'm going to try putting it on a second envelope here. So same thing here. I'm just going to put this second envelope on, but I want to change the attack of it. So there's a lot more movement going on in there. And because I want this to be a bass layer, I'm just going to cut out some of the top frequencies because they're not useful for this sound. So just like that. So let's try this. So I found it was sticking out a bit too much. I'm just putting down the mix a little. I still want it to be more here. Let's try an OTT, so multi-band compressor, just to bring out those lows here. And another thing I like to do sometimes is putting it on Spectre. This is going to be a saturation. It's really great, especially for the low end. So that's okay. I'm just going to see what frequencies are sticking out, because something's sticking out that I just don't like. just going to add some distortion on this. Let's try this one, see if it does anything. So that's doing a little bit. I'm just going to see if I can do even more. There you go. And because this is going to be the base layer, I'm just going to make sure it's centered. All right, let's listen to this back with this one, see if it made any difference. Sweet, that sounds great to me. That sounds pretty darn good. Okay, let's work on this layer now. So I feel like this now is kind of like the top layer, this kind of the base layer. I'm going to try to see if I can make this fit with these two as a like body layer, as a mid layer, as a mid frequency range. So let's hear what we have. So let's start off with something here. Let's pitch it down. I'm going to do something here that I sometimes like to do, which is put a reverb and modulate the reverb based on the envelope of the sound. So it shouldn't have much of a tail, but it'll feel like it's in a bigger room. That's good. So it just adds a lot of space to that sound. Good. Let's try another one here. Let's try this. Okay, I like that, but before I put that on, I'm going to see if it makes a difference if I put this on first. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so I'm getting a weird tonal sound at the end of this thing, so I'm just going to make sure that doesn't play like that. Okay, let's try that again. So that's pretty cool. And now what I want to do is add some distortion to that really follows the amp envelope. So I'm going to do another snap heap here. And I really like that layer. I just think it's going to sound great with some distortion on this. So again, the same technique here. Take the envelope, apply it to the mix, and let's hear it. And I think I need more attack on that. Whoa, too much. I might even do a little bit on this on the drive here. Let's put the drive. Okay, so that sounds kind of cool and throaty. So let's put it all together now. So that's pretty cool to me. I still feel like it's quite a bit of a high end, but before we move on, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can blend these together and see if I can make them balance out without adding an extra layer or anything. And if I do need another layer, maybe I'll try adding another one or something. But for now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all of these to a group track. So I'm just going to do that right now. Add to a group track. I'm just going to name it Roar Group. Sure. All right. So these are all going to the roar group now. So let's hear it, which you can see right here. Right, so now I can start adding some effects on here and see if I can get something going here. Okay, so I'm going to do a format filter here. Let's try that. So that sounds kind of cool, but instead of doing that, I'm going to do snap here. Let's do a format filter in here so I can change the mix. So So that's nice. It gives it a bit more of a vocal quality. So let's keep this going. Let's see what else I can add on this. Let's try a pitch shifter. See if I pitch everything down, what it's going to do. So I kind of like it, so I'm going to put that there. Another plugin that's nice is this one. So this is going to add an octave below. So that's really adding some bass. So let's hear it. It's really rumbling. That's nice. Okay. Let's do some distortion on here. I'm going to try trash and see what I can come up with. All right, let's hear this. That's good to me. All right, I'm going to try one more format filter. So I'm just going to drag and drop it here because it's the same thing. And let's try a different vowel. Actually, that's pretty cool. So that sounds good to me. That sounds great. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing here. It's putting recenter. Make sure everything's in the center. Sometimes I also like to do mid-side just to see what kind of results I get. I just have to make sure I put this down because if not, it's too loud. All right, to me, it sounds pretty good. Like this is pretty close to a finished monster sound. So the last thing I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna put it on a reverb, which I already have out here, which is just a preset from Stratus 3D exterior, and then you just go by the green monster, and then I just put it at 43%. And I think that's all I touched in here. So maybe I added some reverb delay time here, but let's hear what it sounds like. And there you have it. So this is This is pretty darn close to a complete monster sound right here. I think I'm just going to try to see if I can add another layer, and if it helps or not. And if it just doesn't help, I'm just going to leave it as is. Because I'm liking this sound right now. So let's make sure that this goes to, good, it goes down there. Okay, let's hear it on its own here. Oops. Turn that off. Let's put it together. So the last thing, it's okay. So I think I'm going to see if I can make it fit. Last thing I'm going to do is balance out these 4 tracks so that they don't fight for frequency space. So I'm just going to play these 2 because I think these are both my bass. No. I'm just going to try to find both my bass layers here. I think that's this one. No, is it this one? Yeah, so these 2 are really bassy, so I don't want them to fight for the same frequency. And I think I want... this to be the lead. So I want this to stick out more than this. So I'm going to cut frequencies out of this layer here. So I'm going to put track spacer on here. This is the way I like to do it. I really like this plugin for this. And this is audio 5D right here. So let's hear just these 2 together. It's not very much, but it's going to help. So it's on. Let's hear this everything. Pretty good. And now I'm just going to do a similar thing for the higher frequencies here. And for this one, I'm going to see if I can EQ it a little bit. Like that. Okay, now let's listen to these 2 together. And again, I think I want this one to be sticking up more. This is a lot more interesting, so I want that to remove some frequencies from here. So again, track spacer on this one. And this is going to be from audio 5. Here we go. Let's listen to them together. Maybe I'm going to add a bit more distortion on this. Let's try one more thing here. Actually, before I do, let's see if this layer actually helped or not. I think it does. Let's leave it on. Let's see what else I can do here. So I like that kind of quality to the sound. It really makes it pop and sound vocally so. And I might just add... I want to make it feel like it's in a much bigger space, like it's a much bigger creature. So I'm going to see if I can do that with some of this here. So this replica here, it's a little bit too much. I really don't want to hear it. I just wanted to feel it more than hear it. So put it there. Let's try to raise the time here. And there you have it. So I think this is pretty darn good, pretty darn close to a monster sound. I could, of course, keep on tweaking it, but and I think I would export this as one version, and then if I wanted to keep on playing around with it and designing it, I think I'd probably try to add a bit more distortion. But I'm pretty happy with the way it's sounding right now. So. I'm just gonna do one more thing here. Just add another OTT just to see what I can come up with. I think this is helping a bit, so this is great. And there you have it. So turning, exercise band, just rubbing it on the staircase and turning it into a creature sound. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked that and found it valuable and helpful, and that you actually learned something. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I always do my best to answer them. And as a reminder as well, check the descriptions for those free sound effects. So that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.